ZywOo is the artist in Counterstrike. He's a player who is always in contention to be in the #1 slot with typically crazy high stats but sensible gameplay. Rocking at the top of T Side ratings on Inferno is of course the Frenchman. Hey, I'm Smirky, and today I want to look at ZywOo and how he takes Banana on the T Side of Inferno, so let's begin.
Skin Club, make the right choice.
And throughout this video, I'm going to be using Refrag, which is a really powerful tool you should really be using if you want to go pro. Refrag offers a lot of different modes like Restrat, which I'll be using a lot during this video, Pre-Fire, which will help you understand crosshair placements, Nader, which will help you learn nades, and a lot more. You can use code NART for 15% off at your checkout. Now let's begin on how ZywOo takes Banana slowly. Starting off with his utility. When ZywOo runs a Banana, he will typically throw a smoke grenade, and the purpose of the smoke is to allow him to get into position and to deny CT's vision of Banana and discourage them of any pushes. From here, he can safely get towards logs and start throwing util at car, forcing the CTs to fall off. Once again, we're going to see something similar. He's going to throw a smoke, head over towards logs, and since the entirety of cars smoked off, he's just going to be looking at half-full for a potential boost, and in this round he catches bit jump in, and he almost takes his head off. But now that they know his position, he's going to switch it up and play towards Broom. Now if you really don't want the CTs to push you, you could do something like this. In this round, ZywOo is going to throw his initial smoke, and then he will combine this with a molly. The smoke should deny them vision of Banana, whereas the Molotov will either push him away or force him through the smoke. But unfortunately ZywOo gets a bit too much pressure and falls off towards ramp. Now when you're playing Banana as a T, it's very common to see bottom Banana smokes from the CT side. Let's say you're supporting or you're playing towards ramp, how do you deal with it? Well, in this round ZywOo and Magis are playing a bit more passive towards ramp, and Fnatic are going to throw a smoke. As a response to this, ZywOo and Magis will run through the smoke, and with the safety of Magis' Molotov and the smoke he threw earlier, they're able to run up Banana and contest it. And if they needed any help, Apex from ramp can always throw some flashbangs. But in this round, they're not needed. Now once again, ZywOo is going to be playing towards ramp, and Apex is going to Molotov car. However, the smoke from the CT side is going to come in, and it's a possibility the CTs might push him while he's isolated. So while the smoke is down, he does have the option to flash Banana. However, Apex calls that there's no aggression, so ZywOo will leap through the smoke and flash car. However, if a flash was needed, he could do something like this, where he could either do the Windows flashes, where this gets the majority of Banana and car, or if he's towards ramp, he can either do one of these flashbangs. Now let me show you this last round, which I really liked. Once again, they're playing towards Banana, they're going to get smoked off, and Apex is going to be isolated towards Broom, and ZywOo is going to spam towards the right side. This will deny the typical pathing the CTs may take if they're pushing a Banana, but they could always push towards the left side. However, ZywOo's teammate in Dupree from spawn is going to throw these window flashes later in the round. So with the smoke down on car, both ZywOo and Apex are just going to run right through, capitalizing on the flashbangs. And with this, they're going to go 2 for 2, which puts the T side in a really good spot. As now the CTs have to gamble where they want to place their remaining players, whereas the T side can just group up together. Now lastly, if you are taking Banana slowly, and you do have your foot in the door inside of Banana, what should you do? Now commonly Vitality will wait for the util to go away, and then they will begin to push. You can see in this round, Magis is going to play anti-flash as he creeps up, and ZywOo will be right behind him. And even when the counter util comes in from Fnatic, Magis is going to be holding the angle, where ZywOo is playing anti-flash. And that's because it's super common to see those flashbangs coming in from the CT side. In round 3 against Na'Vi, we can see something similar. ZywOo is going to make his way towards logs, and he's going to play anti-flash as Magist creeps up. Just in case the CTs want to flash up, ZywOo's ready to punish. Once Magist has creeped up Banana, then ZywOo can creep up with him. And in round 11 against NartOutHere, we can see the exact same pathing. ZywOo will go towards logs, Magist will creep his way up, and his teammate in Apex will flash him into car, but unfortunately Bait was playing anti-flash. But I guess anti-flashing can go both ways on Banana. But if I'm honest, I do think ZywOo could have been a bit closer to Magist for the trade, but it wouldn't really mattered in this round, as a Molotov would have separated them. Now when you are on Banana and you're fighting for control, it's possible a late Molotov may come in. So in this round you can see ZywOo will just hold a smoke out, just in case they try to molly both of them out of position. And if you have a teammate doing this will make it a lot less complicated for when a Molotov is thrown. Now the last thing I want to show you is their nades, typically towards yellow or sandbags. When Vitality do have a foothold in Banana, they typically like to throw a HE. And these HEs are a way to tell the CTs to get off their property and fall off back to their bomb site. As you can see in this round, where ZywOo will throw a HE towards sandbags, and this will do 30 damage to Bait, softening him up for later in the round. And in this round we can see something similar against NartOutHere. He's going to be playing towards Broom, he's going to re-Molotov car to prevent the CTs from aggroing, and then he will throw a HE onto yellow, which is a very common spot for CT players to be at. And if you also have teammates with you on Banana with HEs, these nade stacks can be pretty brutal to their HPs. Now let's say ZywOo has a bad spawn or wants to be a bit supportive. Let me show you what he does. There are some rounds where he will throw the smoke he will typically throw when he's running up Banana. To do this he'll get stuck in the barrels, aim at this point and jump throw. And he may also combine this with some flashbangs to help his Banana players out. And this smoke will do the exact same thing as his smoke, it'll bounce off the wall and make it difficult for the CTs to contest. In that round NartOutHere didn't Molotov close early, but what happens in the scenario they did? Well, we're going to use a feature in Restrat where I can replace a player and play as if I'm them. In this clip I'm going to be playing as Bait, and when I make myself towards Banana and molly close, you can see the smoke is not going to leave any gaps for the CTs to play around. And the benefit of using the smoke is that it can be really easily used in a fake. So you can come out of spawn, smoke Banana, then maybe do something towards top mid or apps, making you a little bit harder to read. Now I've also seen ZywOo for this Fnatic smoke. In this round, ZywOo is going to come out of spawn, get stuck in these railings, aim at this point and jump throw. And in this round Magist decides to Molotov car, which does leave a bit of a gap, but the smoke still does its thing, as it makes it difficult for the CTs to contest car and Banana, as it blocks vision from yellow, making it a little bit uncomfortable to play around, but in this round NartOutHere are going to boost over it. Now once you have Banana control, it's very important to take car control away from them, as from here it can be really easy to gain information, and without it, it's a lot more difficult to execute on that B-bomb site. Vitality have a few ways they want to take car, but commonly we'll see a Molotov on yellow. In this round ZywOo will throw a HE onto yellow, and Magist will Molotov it. From here Magist will self-flash them out, and they'll double peek together, clearing out car. And as soon as they peek out and they don't see anyone contesting, ZywOo will instantly play anti-flash to make sure the CTs can't re-aggress while Magist is clearing. In this round we're going to see something similar, except this time both Magist and ZywOo will double HE sandbags, then ZywOo will get towards logs, aim at this point and left click for this molly. And with this they're going to get a supportive flash from Apex for them to peek out. So if an alternative you could do is just throwing flashbangs. In this round Magist is going to throw a HE towards yellow, and ZywOo will throw a flashbang above them. With this they can peek out together and clear car. And this can be pretty useful if you're low on util. However, let's say you don't want to use any utility, you could do something like this, where you just dry peek the angles. I've seen teams do this against full buys, however in this round, ZywOo will be using it against Nico, as it's very unlikely there will be any counter util from NartOutHere to stop them. In this round, ZywOo is going to creep up, with Magist playing anti-flash. He's going to clear yellow, clear the off angles, and then make his way towards sandbags. And once he's fully cleared the position, he'll get in a setup with Magis to hold car. Now, the last thing I've seen them do is a boost. A boost can sometimes be unexpected and catch your opponents off guard. In this round, ZywOo is going to creep up with his teammates, and Magis will crouch right underneath this lamp. And I'm sure a lot of people know this, but just in case, better to crouch here than it is to crouch next to the half wall, as when you crouch next to the half wall, the player above you is forced to jump, and during that timing, your head could just be taken off. But in this round, they're going to do the boost, and if they did this a bit earlier, they would have catch Bit running away. In round 11, ZywOo is not going to directly use it, instead just hold everyone's backs, but Apex will use it and get an opening. And with this kill, everyone's going to charge into car and overrun that B-bomb site. Now that we've seen Vitality take Banana slowly and methodically, how about we look at some pace changes you can use to surprise those CTs. In this round, ZywOo is going to drop an extra flashbang, and he will smoke the top of Banana. And once they push up a little bit, they're going to double nade sandbags and start to begin their take on car pretty quick into the round. ZywOo is going to Molotov yellow, meanwhile Magis will do the exact same thing. I think Magis should have probably saved his molly or used it on sandbags, but after the util is thrown, they're going to run right through the smoke and take control. And they'll likely push Banana so aggressively through that smoke, as the utility would have pushed Fnatic away from car and forced them onto their bomb site. And it's worth noting, when you do take car so early into the round, it's very common to see the CTs to try and retake car. Now again in this round, they're going to take Banana and car pretty quickly, but they're not going to wait. Apex is going to throw the window flashes, where Magis will throw the car smoke, and once they make their way up Banana, they're going to try to do a boost, but unfortunately they're both going to eat some HEs, and they're just going to cancel it. But doing a boost so early into the round may catch them off guard, as they might be throwing util or holding the smoke to make sure you can't run through it. Now this last round I want to show you on when they're taking Banana quickly. In this round, ZywOo is going to run up first, and he's going to throw a HE into sandbags. With the flashes being thrown and a Molotov for yellow, ZywOo is just going to run straight up and get the opening kill onto Bit. And then we'll later punish Electronic for trying to trade him. And while all of this is going on, Apex will be throwing the flashbangs to his left. Meanwhile, Dupree will stop towards the bottom of Banana and Molotov yellow. And it's worth noting, once ZywOo's up Banana, Dupree's going to be ready behind half wall, ready to trade ZywOo if it's needed. Now, how should you play your anti-ecos when you're playing on Banana? Well, let's have a look at those. ZywOo may either take it slow if he has a rifle, or he may speed it up if he has an SMG. In round 4 against Na'Vi, he's going to have a rifle on his back, and he's going to smoke off Banana. Combining this will be Magisk throwing a Molotov behind the smoke. And this will make it difficult for the pistols to play close around the smoke, and maybe do something aggressive like a boost. But from here, ZywOo will take it nice and slow, and throw some pieces of utility behind it, trying to persuade the CTs to fall off. In round 3 against Fnatic, ZywOo will have a Mac 10, and he's going to do the complete opposite. When he runs up, he's going to throw a HE, Molotov sandbags, and he will get supported flashbangs in front of half wall from Magisk. And I'm totally fine with this, as you're using a lot of utility to gain map control quickly, and you're only sending one person up who's acting as a feeler with an SMG, who can just pretty much farm them. And once he gets Banana control, he's going to try to feel out the B bomb site to see what they're doing, and when he peeks out onto the bomb site, he's going to find that Fnatic is doing a B stack, and he can tell his teammates to head over towards that A bomb site. Now unfortunately there are quite a few occasions where the CTs can just gain Banana control, and because of that you're basically just kicked out and you're forced to retake later in the round. How do you deal with that? Well, in this round ZywOo will do his D4 util, and a double Molotov is going to come in from mid and deep Banana. So due to this, he's forced to fall off towards ramp. However, with him falling off, it allows the CTs to have a timing and push down Banana. So to make sure the CTs aren't comfortable down Banana, Magisk will bounce a Molotov off this wall that will land towards logs, and ZywOo will throw a flashbang, blinding any CTs trying to hold for the swing. And with this, they're able to re-enter Banana and fight for control. Now in this round it's not going to be used, But let's say there was a banana smoke down, you could do something like this, where if your teammates are locked out, you stand on top of this wall, aim at this point and left click throw. And this will be a very effective flashbang for getting the CTs fully blind. This is what the flashbang will look like. If you would have thrown it, this would have got logs, broom and car, allowing your teammates to push up after the smoke and util. Now once you've done the hassle of taking banana and car control, how do you hold on to that car control? As it's very common for the CTs to try and retake control, while at Vitality have quite a few setups you can use. In this round, ZywOo will come towards the half wall and he's just going to play anti-flash. Meanwhile, Magist will push up solo, clearing his angles to make sure no one's lurking around. And if I quickly jump in restrat and set up some bots, I can quickly demonstrate on how effective this half wall position can be. If you're playing solo towards banana and you're just holding for control, you could jiggle like this where using the wall as anti-flash and try catch a timing on the CT trying to peek you. Or if you do have a teammate and car, you can do what ZywOo did where you can just play anti-flash, and when it does eventually come in, you can get the kills while your teammate is blind. In round 4 against NartOutHere, we're going to see the same setup but reversed. ZywOo is going to be the one clearing banana, while Magist is playing half wall, getting ready for any counter flashes from the CT side. And once they're taking car control, ZywOo will position himself towards the barrels, watching for any CTs wanting to contact up. Now lastly, an alternative setup you could play is this one, where in this round Magist will be facing the wall, making sure he can't get blind, and ZywOo will have an off angle in front of the half wall, getting ready for any CTs trying to creep up. Now this isn't really part of their default, but I've seen this common play time and time again on Vitality's T side, so I'll show it to you. They love to do this play where after they've taken car control and maybe held for a push for a few seconds, they may just peek the site. And by doing a type of play like this, it can intimidate the CTs, as if let's say they are jiggle peeking you and they do spot you, they might be forced to use their utility, and that might come to bite them later in the round. But in this round, they're actually going to get a kill off it. Magist is going to peek out first with ZywOo behind him, ready to trade. As Magist peeks out, he's going to get the kill onto Fascia, and ZywOo will hold CT to make sure Magist can't get traded. But after this, they're going to apply a bit more pressure onto that B bomb site and head over towards A. Because they lost a B player and they've thrown a lot of fake util, 2 of the A players are going to rotate towards B, whereas Vitality are going to head over towards A and say hello. Now in this round we're going to see something similar. ZywOo's going to peek out, dupreeh's going to be near him, ready to trade, and in this round they actually want to push up forward, so when they peek out quite a bit, they're going to really surprise Fnatic by smoking CT and instantly pushing into the site. Because of their lack of info, they had no idea this attack was coming, and well, you're about to see the benefits of it. Fascia is going to be isolated towards that B bomb site, and Apex will just get right through the smoke, giving Vitality round number 5. After watching ZywOo's demos, I've noticed he's trustworthy. When playing such a volatile position like banana, you do need a teammate knowing he's got your back, or is ready for anything the CTs throw at you. He's controlled. ZywOo doesn't dump all his util at once, and he likes to let it trickle over time. So for example, when he gets into banana, he will throw a smoke. When he's fighting on banana, he will throw a HE. When he takes it, he will throw a Molotov, and if he needs to, he has a spare flash in hand, allowing his teammates to have their util for later in the round, like executes. And lastly, he's cautious. When ZywOo is last, you will commonly see him looking at the wall or with a smoke in hand, to make sure his team can keep moving without getting put to a complete stop. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you need to improve your nuke. Well, if so, I created a video when Heroic just checkmate Astralis on nuke and allowed them to get a bomb site for free. You can check that out in the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.